Alan Jackson bids farewell to the road, a heartfelt goodbye from a country music legend. In an emotional, unforgettable moment in country music history, Alan Jackson, one of the most celebrated artists the genre has ever known, delivered a poignant farewell during his final roadshow in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This concert, held in front of thousands of devoted fans, marked the official end of Jackson's touring career and served as both a goodbye and a celebration of a legacy that spans more than 3 decades. The show wasn't just another stop on a tour, it was the closing chapter of a touring life that has touched millions. For fans, it was a time to reflect on what Jackson's music has meant to them. For Jackson himself, it was a moment of bravery, vulnerability, and grace in the face of an incurable illness. A career that shaped the soundtrack of a generation. Alan Jackson is not just another name in country music. He's a foundational figure whose songs have become anthems of American life. Since the late 1980s, Jackson has captivated listeners with his authentic blend of traditional country, gospel, and honky-tonk. With over 60 million albums sold worldwide and 35 number-one hits, his musical footprint is enormous. His catalog includes classics like Chattahoochee, Remember When, Drive, For Daddy Jean, Gone Country, Where Were You, When the World Stopped Turning. These songs aren't just hits, they're cultural touchstones, each one capturing the emotions, memories, and stories of millions of people across the globe. Jackson's rise was deeply rooted in the traditional country sound, even as the genre evolved and experimented with pop and rock influences. While others leaned into crossover appeal, Jackson remained a champion of the genre's roots. His refusal to compromise the integrity of his music earned him critical respect and fan loyalty. The road to the final show. The emotional weight of the Milwaukee show was amplified by the reality that it wasn't merely the end of a tour, it was the end of an era. This final performance followed Jackson's 2021 announcement that he had been diagnosed with Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, CMT, a progressive, incurable neurological disorder that affects the nerves responsible for muscle movement. Speaking to NBC's Today Show in 2021, Jackson revealed the deeply personal struggle he had been facing. He explained that the disease, which he inherited from his father, had increasingly impacted his balance, mobility, and overall physical performance. "It's not going to kill me," he said candidly, "but it's related to muscular dystrophy and Parkinson's disease." CMT is rare and often misunderstood. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the disease affects the peripheral nerves, those outside the brain and spinal cord, and leads to muscle weakness, especially in the feet and hands. Over time, walking, standing, and even holding objects can become difficult. While it doesn't shorten a person's life expectancy, it can greatly reduce their quality of life, particularly for someone who built a career performing on stage night after night. Despite these physical limitations, Jackson pressed on for as long as he could. His final tour wasn't just a professional obligation, it was a gift to fans, a chance to say goodbye the only way he knew how, through music. A poignant farewell. The Milwaukee concert was filled with nostalgia and emotion. Fans sang along, many with tears in their eyes, as Jackson performed his greatest hits one last time on the road. Toward the end of the show, he paused to address the crowd directly. "Y'all may have heard that I'm kinda winding down. And in fact, this is my last road show. Y'all going to make me tear up out here. But I will say this is my last road show out here." The words struck a chord with the audience. For many, Jackson's music has been a constant companion through life's milestones, weddings, road trips, heartbreaks, and celebrations. To hear him speak so directly about the end of his touring career was both heartbreaking and deeply human. But in true Alan Jackson fashion, he didn't leave the crowd without hope. He concluded his message with an announcement that brought a collective cheer. "We're planning on doing a big finale show in Nashville next summer. Felt like I had to end it all where it all started. And that's in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. I got to do the last one there." This final concert, scheduled for summer 2026 in Nashville, will be more than just a show. It will be a full-circle moment, a homecoming for a man who has given everything to the music that defined his life. The impact of Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease. While many fans were unfamiliar with Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease before Jackson's announcement, his transparency has brought much-needed attention to the condition. CMT is estimated to affect about 1 in 2,500 people in the U.S., but public awareness remains low. The condition can be managed through physical therapy, specialized footwear, and assistive devices, but there is currently no cure. Over time, it can cause muscle weakness, loss of sensation in limbs, foot deformities, difficulty with balance and coordination. For a performer like Jackson, whose presence on stage has always been an essential part of his artistry, the disease poses particularly difficult challenges. Still, he has continued to perform with remarkable grace, adapting his shows while staying true to his fans. A career rooted in authenticity. Part of what has always made Alan Jackson stand out is his authenticity. Raised in Noonan, Georgia, Jackson was inspired early on by gospel music and classic country icons like George Jones and Hank Williams. His music reflects his values, family, faith, hard work, and love for the simple things in life. His ability to tell stories through song has won him numerous accolades, including Grammy Awards, CMA Entertainer of the Year induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, 2017. But beyond the awards, it's the emotional connection he forged with fans that defines his legacy. Whether singing about the loss of a loved one in Sissy's song, honoring the working class in Little Man, or celebrating small-town joy in It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, Jackson has always spoken to the heart. Looking ahead to the Nashville finale. The anticipation for Jackson's final performance in Nashville is already building. Though the exact date has not yet been confirmed, fans across the country are preparing to travel to Music City to witness what promises to be one of the most emotional nights in country music history. This concert won't just be about the music, it will be a tribute to resilience, legacy, and gratitude. It will be a moment to honor not only Alan Jackson's contributions to the genre, but also the personal battles he has faced and overcome with quiet dignity. Fan reactions and tributes. Since the announcement of his retirement from touring, social media has been flooded with messages from fans and fellow artists alike. Alan Jackson's music got me through high school. My dad and I would play his songs on every road trip. This news breaks my heart, but I'm so grateful for the memories. No one sings about real life like Alan. I'll be at that Nashville show, and I'll be crying the whole time. He's the last of a dying breed in country music. What a legend. Tributes have also poured in from stars like Garth Brooks, Carrie Underwood, and Brad Paisley, who credit Jackson as a major influence on their careers. Legacy beyond the stage. Though he may be stepping off the stage, Alan Jackson's influence will never fade. His music continues to inspire new generations of country artists. His storytelling, raw, honest, and steeped in tradition, remains a benchmark for excellence in the genre. Moreover, Jackson's openness about his health challenges sets an example for others facing chronic illness. By using his platform to talk about Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, he's helping to reduce stigma, raise awareness, and encourage early diagnosis for others. Conclusion: more than just a goodbye. Alan Jackson's final roadshow was a goodbye to touring, but it was not a goodbye to music, to fans, or to the passion that has defined his life. With one last major performance on the horizon in Nashville, fans have a chance to celebrate the man behind the hits in the city where it all began. This is not the end of Alan Jackson's story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one that honors a life's work, embraces change, and reminds us that music, at its best, is eternal. So mark your calendars, hold your tickets tight, and get ready for one last ride with a true country legend. Because even as the curtain falls on the road, the songs and the memories will live on forever.